Welcome, everyone, to the original conference championship game. There's simply nothing quite like the intensity when an SEC title is on the line. All the legendary players, the epic moments who have made their mark on this occasion. The intensity is simply unmatched. Can't wait for this one. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies. Kickoff team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13, not great field position to start the drive. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense begins backed up here thanks to that forward turn. And as this quarterback takes the field, eager to see how he plays today. There's a certain gravity about him. You can tell from the warm-up song the way the team responds and rallies around him. Can he come through on a big stage here?
Yeah, this guy is their Superman. And when that opening kickoff is kicked up into the air, his cape goes on. He sets everything into place, gets the offense out of jams, does it in pressure situations. He's the arms and legs of this offensive system, but also the heart of this team.
He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exact.
And he's going to float this one to the right side. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air.
Huge gain here by Texas A&M on a perfectly thrown ball and a great play by the wide receiver on the back end. These Texas A&M receivers can hurt you with their speed and execution when they get the ball thrown downfield.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
Looking downfield, it's O'Neal. Looks to the left, and it's complete. We get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Again, this is a really nice job here by the defense, keeping everything in front of them in that situation. Now they're rewarded with this 3rd and long. We'll see if they do the same thing here, or they're going to sell out and bring the pressure.
Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Oklahoma Sooners offense gets their first crack now. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. 2 good teams with great individual players.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. There's the handoff. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Under pressure, hit as he throws. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. It's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. Settled for a field goal last time out. Can they open things up on this possession? First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? An inside give now from the shotgun. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Looking to pass. It's O'Neal. And the pressure gets home. It's a sack.
Well, his offensive line is so caught up in making sure that they're accounting for the defensive line. Nobody sees the inside linebacker. He comes home on the blitz and gets the sack.
That sack makes it third down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Bringing pressure. Has no one to throw to there on third down. And now it's a fourth down coming up. And the Aggies will bring their punt team onto the field.
Well, they go to the air to try to pick up this first down, but it just wasn't meant to be. Defense was ready, made sure to force them into this fourth down situation.
And the Sooners offense is back on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Chris, Oklahoma has had their run of quarterbacks and receivers in recent years, and we know they can throw the football. But anybody goes back to Barry Switzer and Bud Wilkinson, you know that Oklahoma is all about their ability to have a running game. Beautiful play right there, and I know the Sooner fans are proud of that one.
Second down after that completion. And the single back takes the handoff. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
He eludes the rush. Extending the play now. Breaks loose at the 45. He's got the first down and more. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Chris, that is one way to make an impact play out of nothing. What an incredible sprint by this quarterback. My man had his track shoes on this play.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes the score 7-3. As we hit the quarter break, it's Oklahoma on top. Let's check out the stats now for the opening period. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Catch made on the right side. And he heads out of bounds, moving backwards on that play. Didn't want to take the hit. So it's second down and long here from the 13. Ball handed to the running back. And they're able to tackle the ball carrier there. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now. The Aggies will line up to boot it away when he comes for his second punt of the game. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. The last possession was just old school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40. Back in motion now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Receiver makes the catch.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
That completion sets up an important third down play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Makes a quick catch. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37. Tackle made with the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
The shotgun running play call.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it was third down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. On third down, it's a handoff. The Sooners looking to keep this drive rolling.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work, are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They're going to run it here. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And now here comes the point after attempt. PAT is good, so the lead now is 11. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And the returner is brought down. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. Caught over the middle. It's Tees. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. They look to throw it here on second down, but they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He makes the grab. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, getting him the ball.
Looking to throw. It's O'Neal. Airing this one out toward the sideline. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now he's executing. We're in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And that's incomplete. Just 8 seconds remaining now.
This quarterback's got to be so frustrated. He's got an open receiver. He makes a good throw with a good route from his intended target. But this defensive back makes a heck of a play on the ball and knocks it away.
So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. The Sooners bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, for many, this is the best conference in all of football. And the first half of this SEC championship was filled with excitement and incredible pageantry. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk and the much-anticipated conclusion of the SEC championship.
And the Aggies will kick this away to start the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And they'll stop him after a short gain. So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. And the Sooners have 1st and 10 here. We'll hand it off. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down. This offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defensive coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Caught quickly. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size that picks up a nice game.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Can he make it to the marker? And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Boy, Chris, you cannot overstate how big of a conversion this was to be able to pick this up on the ground. Yeah, the offense still has the lead, but you can just feel the defense having all the momentum with the points they've been able to compile. And that run right there picks up a first down and can kind of settle things down a bit.
Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Defense getting very heavy here. We're going to stuff the run. Trying to get to the end zone. They'll run it left. Bites it. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. Extra point makes the lead 11. Kickoff team is on the field. See if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Turner trying to create good field position. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? Makes a nice move there. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Looking right, this one caught. And he will make the first down, tackled at the 26. A new set of downs after that completion. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Passes the 40. They bring him down, but a big chunky yardage on the play. The Aggies looking to run some tempo here. Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. Motion now from the tight end. Play action here on first down. Quick throw testing the middle. It's caught downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Well, the option keeper here for a big gain for this Texas A&M quarterback. Reminiscent of a guy like Johnny Manziel who could do so much damage when he played for Texas A&M. They've had others going back to Bucky Richardson. How about Reggie McNeil? Great history and tradition at College Station with those athletic quarterbacks.
Mistake for the defense makes it first down and 5. He hands it off from the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. The offense with some pre-snap motion. And they'll go right back to him on first down. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down. With the quarter break, Kirk, Oklahoma has the lead. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
So looks like they'll bring the field goal unit out of the field. He was on target the first time. This is a chip shot from his 23 yards out. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Sooners offense is back on the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? And there's the handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. And now from the pistol formation. Handoff in a single back formation. And tackled after a small pickup there. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the grab. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to 3rd down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a first down late in the game. The clock will continue to roll.
They're going to run it. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Here's the handoff. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield with a 48.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
How about that play call here, Chris? I mean, I'm thinking they're going to run the football and continue to work this clock. This gives you an idea how much confidence they have in their passing game and this quarterback being able to throw the football with the lead in the fourth quarter, completion, and you're able to keep that clock moving.
This drive was already chewed more than 3 minutes off the clock. They'll come up on second down now. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, and not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Picked off, a crucial turnover. Not a long return, but the pick changes possession. The offense will take over at the 28.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. To the air, it's O'Neal. He makes the grab. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. A completion makes it second and short. And the quarterback dropping back. It's a quick grab. Looks like Texas A&M will have the first down.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Texas A&M. This quarterback on fire today.
Boy, just a great job by this offense, and they've given themselves life. Now that they're down 2, you're under 2 minutes to go. Pull out your best 2-point play here, and if you can execute it, you can tie this game up.
He's going to muscle into the end zone. The 2-point try ties up the game here in the late stages. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. The Sooners offense is back out on the field. How do you play this now? Do you call it conservative play and just wait for overtime, or try to make something happen and win it in regulation? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He'll take a deep shot. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it.
Oh, my gosh, they almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
The shotgun handoff here. That one takes it across the 30-yard line.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance in a really nice game.
Game time, about a minute to play in regulation. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Receiver makes the catch, and they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a 1st down at the 32. And a timeout is called late in this tie game. Crucial choices coming up. The Sooners lining up here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's got it out of the 25. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. So that huge gain quickly sets up a first and goal just inside the 10. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here.
Positive yards at this point in the game are always important, especially now that you're starting to get well within the range of a field goal to take the lead. But if I'm this offensive coordinator and quarterback, I'm thinking about a touchdown here late in the game.
Trying to find the end zone off the right side. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
And they cut into this lead now on 3rd and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, they come up short of the goal line, but you still got to consider going for it here. You could try to punch it in, try to be physical from the 2, but I'm sure they got a handful of two-point conversion plays that they could use here to dial it up. Let's see what they decide to go for.
And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. So on 4th down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And with that, they retake the lead.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
After the clutch kick to take the lead, now they'll kick it away. The offense still a chance to tie this game if they can drive the field quickly. This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. And the coverage team gets him down. A last chance for this returner to win the game, but time has run out. Wow, what a tremendous run these guys have had. And now they can call themselves champions of the SEC. That's one of the most difficult titles to earn in this sport. And now with the playoff looming, they can find out how they fare against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Golden Gophers will kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Wolverines offense will get the first swing of the game. Historically, guys, Michigan has kept a death grip on the little brown jug. Gophers hoping to put that thing in play today.
And you see that little brown jug in the celebration after every Michigan-Minnesota game. And you're right, Michigan has had it for the majority of the time. Minnesota knows that. They got to do something about that today.
Yeah, Minnesota plays in a lot of trophy games, don't they? But this is one they would love to put in the trophy case a lot more consistently. To do that, they have got to match the intensity of Michigan in this game, and they have got to be more physical than what they've shown in recent years.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Here's the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting them on the ground.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
Michigan completely controlled this rivalry game last year and just took the jug away from the Gophers.
Listen, Michigan's a program at this point with recent success. They're thinking about national championships. We've seen them in the college football playoff here in recent years. This is a rivalry game against Minnesota that they're expected to dominate, and last year, David, they did.
Michigan, year after year, one of the winningest programs in all of college football. We expect them to be great. Always a tremendous challenge for Minnesota to try to get that little brown jug.
Back to the air one more time. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Makes the catch, he's got enough. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
They say rain usually affects the defense more than the offense. The offensive player knows where he's going. Well, the defense will disagree. What a start. Come out, first possession, create a turnover, now send a statement. You ain't throwing the ball in this rain.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass, it's Brosmer. Got his man on the outside. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield.
I want to make sure that I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why too.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Not a lot of good plays for third in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
And the Golden Gophers will punt this one away. Their punt team this afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Dropping back, it's Warren. Floats it out in space. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making.
Fires toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the
and they knocked him down almost immediately.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Second down now after the sack. Looking for a man. It's Brosmer. Got his man quickly. On the move at the 30. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue.
And that pass is intercepted. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Return goes out of that.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down to possession.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. A A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Back to throw, it's Brosmer. He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but they've got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Got his man to the left. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going up top on first down. Going for it all. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late. Until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do. These two teams and fan bases get together with a little brown jug on the line. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Michigan plays out.
And the Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
I agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different running plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Gets it out fast. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
The sure hands, it's Jackson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. In the lore of the little brown jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important. I mean, it was helping hydrate people back in the day, David, so, you know, you get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little brown jug me.
And after that punt, that's where they'll mark it. It'll be just inside the 35-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. To throw, it's Brosmer. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to bring up a decision for this coach. And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. On the return, it's Stewart. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Leaves it with the running back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Loveland. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bell. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Offense gets set for second down. Give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Got it past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. On the move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. In the red area, it's Edwards. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to...
And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air, it's Brosmer. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Hands it off. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they will go so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a man. It's Brosmer. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where they're playing.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. Offense getting set for first down. They'll go to the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. He'll try it again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.